Let me say about Gaston work because he thinks he's funny, right? Because he thinks we skipped over where he said that the reason why he's not married and stuff, and then talking about he needs to not date black women
Oh
as if
yeah,
all black
Oh
women are the
no.
same.
that's where I wanted
You
to
remember
get
that?
to,
I
Gaston.
can't save you
Yeah,
now, my guy.
So
Gaston, why
let's talk about that.
I don't
Big
need. I
Eat
don't
Black
need saving.
TV, how it go?
This
Is that
is
when all the brothers say, all right, two finger piece?
no, y'all see this right here. This is
The whole
mentally too, right? So I don't
uh-huh.
need saving, right?
you need to
Um,
save because me and Courtney already are ready.
yeah, no, and y'all do this. Like, look, I watched y'all before I had a channel, right? I watched y'all,
Tag
so
team back again. So
y'all
what's
do
going
this.
on?
What's going
Please
on?
explain yourself.
Please.
Before you
There's-
do, Gaston, I just want to say thank you so much, guys. It was so good talking to you guys. I'm gonna
You
run.
too.
Thank you,
All
Sayla.
right.
See you
Thanks for
guys
Always good
coming
to
later.
up.
talk to you.
She
Bye.
got
Hope to
out.
see you.
I hope to
Bye.
hear things change for you in the future. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So why, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, there's a level of disingenuousness that comes along with these conversations that most black women check out. Like when it comes to the hey, I'm not liking how this relationship is going, or hey, this is my expectation for a relationship, or hey, this is my experiences from the past. Are there any similarities to this in you? It's like we can't just have that conversation because so many times I've been asked, "Are you a baby daddy?" or "How much money you make?" or "How big is this?" so that they can compare it to something that they may have had in the past.
Look at Canadian.
So if I ask, "Hey, can you be genuine and have a conversation with me about you know a past relationship that you may have had or how you reacted when this happened in your life?" It's like why it's immediate defense, and instead of working together to figure out and I haven't really dealt with a lot of other women in other races. I mean, I just am not interested.
So would you say that
And
this happens a lot, Gaston, like with multiple women?
I'm not married, so
So it happens with multiple women?
yeah.
So
Like I mean,
so it seems that you have a type. What is that
Hmm.
type?
Because
Mm-hmm.
it is a difference between when someone says, yeah, black women, or
If
it's
you
a
keep
type of black
going,
woman that you seem to
mhm,
attract or seem to want.
seem to
right,
want. And this is the thing we were talking about, Courtney, the first topic.
right.
Gaston is a nice looking, well to do, got his stuff together, seemingly, from what I know,
Hmm.
person.
Mhm.
But he keeps running into women who act like this. Meanwhile, there are plenty of women who would never give this issue, but I'm guessing
Mm.
you aren't attracted to them or you don't like them. Tell us more.
Please.
Um, so
Look at you, Black
in
breathing.
the realm of African American women, I've dated women of different ages, different social classes, different even ethnic backgrounds, whether they be ADOS, Jamaican, African born, or whatever. Um, and the rhetoric is majority the same. Major,
But did you ever think that maybe it's the type of women? Because just because they're from a different country or whatever doesn't mean that they're a different type of woman. There's
Right.
the same types of women and men all over the place. There's cocky women and men in every country. There's stuck up women and men every country. There's laid back ones every country. So just because
right?
they're from somewhere doesn't mean it's going to be any different. So to me, what it's looking like is you are going after a particular type of woman and then complaining and blaming all black women for the
My
type
guy
of
right here is having a good time. First of all, let's just start with that.
That's not
oh, here
true.
we
He
go.
is he
Level
is at
one,
Comic View.
level
Hold
one,
on, okay.
escape.
He is
Wait,
at Comic
okay.
View. Let's start there.
Well, this is well, you got a question here now, Mikey
Okay,
Mike.
no, I'm ready.
Are you going after the Pookie woman?
Pookie
The
women.
pookie women.
Sounds like they
Well,
Pookie-ish.
so again, I'm 31. Preferably, it seems that women are more malleable, or easier to deal with on a relationship level when they're younger. Because women that are my age, quite frankly, even if we have the same level of income, they still consider themselves to have more income than me. So, and that's automatically we're at an even kind of, they're like, you're not good enough. And so I deal with primarily women that are between 24 and 28.
And
And
you still
again,
haven't had success. So what is
right.
this
No, I
doing?
mean, not
And you
long
want
term
to be
success.
married.
Right. So again, not long term success. It's easy. The initial, hey, how you doing? I'm Gaston. I smell good. I'm 6'4". Let's go. Sure.
I
But
know
when
what it
it
is
comes
already.
to, huh?
I already know what it is.
What do you feel like it may be? What do you feel like it may be?
Because I've been in the presence of the men who lead with, I'm 6'4". Anybody who states their height, it's automatically going to be a thing that repels good
So
certain women. It's going to
that's
He
repel.
for
drinking.
that's
You
that's for the
forgot he
sake of this
drinking a
conversation
gallon of
because we're
water
sitting
now
down.
too.
Oh Lord.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't hear what you say. Oh, okay.
Wait a minute,
Can you hear
what?
me?
E Black is
We
judging
can
your water.
we can
Oh,
we can we can hear you. And hold up. I want to know what some of the guys got to say about this because I have something to say about it because I think it's interesting. And again, you are really speaking about exactly what I said at the beginning of the show. You have
Literally.
a
A Black,
particular
take it
type,
away. I'll come after you.
and I
Courtney.
bet I'm
well, real
pretty
quick
sure.
before
Mhm.
anybody else starts, I just want to say the 6'4" thing is not a verbal presentation. It's literally my
Why did
presentation.
you have to tell us that? Only
No, no,
certain
no.
people lead with, oh, I'm 6'4". I'm just saying. And that
Because
attracts certain people. Just like certain
I
people lead.
can't shrink, Kay.
No,
Like
but
this is who I
no one here cares how tall you are. I'm saying that people who say, "Ooh, I'm 6'4", just like a woman who's like a woman who's like, "Oh, I have a blah blah blah," like PhD or my this is that. Only certain people do those things. In my
okay.
Hey,
experience, in
Okay.
my
So
experience, only certain
the
people do
point
this.
to that, Kay,
And you're
was
good
hold
at
up,
that
Kay. Let
crack.
him talk, Kay. Go
You're
I
ahead.
was
not
gonna say, do you want me to answer the question,
Hold
Kay?
up,
Like
Kay.
this, I love when you do this to other people, but right now it's like fuck, Kay.
sorry.
But
Or sometimes I can't control myself. I'm
no,
trying.
I know sometimes you can't control yourself, and I'm just like, oh, it's me now. But what I will say is that
Everybody can get it.
everybody can get it. Pow, look. But what I will say is that again, it was for the purpose of this conversation that when I present myself to any woman that I'm meeting, it's not, oh, look at all the things that I have. It's I'm this. How are you? Nice to meet you. And I can get an initial interaction based on my appearance, based on my intellect. But when it comes to a long-term situation, it seems that some talking points when it comes to the accountability of the conversation get thrown off. Like we can't seem to move past the bedroom into just a regular, hey, like how was your day? What you got going? Like it's always leading back to either finances or sex, and it's just like there's so much.
Because
I'm
I'm
so much
pretty
deeper
sure
than that.
you come across like that's what you lead with.
He didn't say I'm kind. He didn't say I'm smart. The first thing he said was, I am 6'4" and I have my gallon of water right here. So you
Again, this guy.
attract a
That's a
certain
great point.
woman when
But
this is
no,
what you do. I'm telling you as a
chivalry.
woman.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go back. I was in the military for a few years. I was raised by my mother, but chivalry is not something that's lost upon me by any stretch of the imagination. I
But the
open
fact that you
doors.
led with your gallon and your height.
Let's see. I want to Canadian born.
Look,
What do
Courtney,
you have to
not
say?
me.
Because
Mute
Canadian born's
me.
been too
I'm
keen.
sorry. Coming
Hold
from Brooklyn, when you mention your height, anybody know it from the hood. When you mention your height, everybody thinks like completely different. They're looking at how tall you are, what you're coming with. So when you put your height out there, it kind of like a little bit too obvious. Maybe you'd come across someone and say, "Hey, my name is Gaston. By the way, I love poetry." Maybe you do something like that. That would be fine, but don't mention your height. 'Cause I never mention my height to no woman. It'd come up like, "Oh, I'm a 6'4", and every time I'm in the neighborhood, everybody look and say, "Oh, you see a tall dude? You know he pack." I'm like, "What the all about?" So, where cake get on you about your height right now? It is weird, very, very weird. So I can see why she get on you a lot of times. I had to laugh. I saw that coming a mile away. So I can understand that. You don't believe me? You can ask E Block. I'm sure he thinking the same way too. Because honestly, when you mention height and you mention, oh, I like it, it kind of like a little awkward. I'm not gonna lie. When I was dating a woman, I never mentioned my height. I
And
say
very
hello.
superficial.
I tell you, hey, my name is David. How you doing? Would like a cup of coffee? I like to have a little conversation to see who you are, stuff like that. But I'll never want to mention, oh, I'm 6'2", I'm 6'3", and I understand chivalry, but it's not like even your profile page. That what it look like. But I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Do you think you coming off that way, Gaston?
Um, I guess for in this conversation, absolutely.
Okay.
Everybody's called it out, and I'm not one to not, take accountability where it's due. I mean, if that's how it's coming off to everybody, then I can absolutely acknowledge that.
I have to say something. Courtney,
She's
I
going.
must. I can't hold it back.
I
Courtney,
know. I know you can't.
Okay, go for it, Kay. You got this.
Gaston, you're saying in this conversation, maybe it
No,
comes.
no.
You're saying
Slow
maybe.
down just a bit.
Wait,
I
just
said
hold
in
on.
this conversation.
Okay, you said maybe in this conversation it might come off. My thing that I'm gonna say to you, and I think you're probably, I don't know, but you're probably a good guy. I'm not gonna take that away from you. The thing that I'm saying is, it is detectable a mile away by a good woman that if you're leading with certain things, which you subconsciously led with right now, you probably didn't even think of it that deep, but that's what you led with. And if you're leading with that, you're going to attract certain people. Now, you've said that you've not had success to the point that you said, should I just stop dating black women? To the point that you're blaming all black women. But what I'm telling you, I'm going to put you on a little game. What I'm telling you is that the good black women that you're looking for aren't waiting for you to be like, well, I have a watch and a gallon of water and I'm 6'4". They're looking for the genuine you. You, not what you have, not how tall you are. Those are not going to be the things that are going to get you the woman that you seem to be looking for, because it's not my opinion. You've given data that you have not had success with these women that you want. The women that you thought you want aren't turn out not to be the women you want. So that's your experience, and you have not been successful. And since you've not been successful, there's something you need to look at within yourself and say, look, the same way a woman would, the same way we hold women accountable and say, well, you're always, blah, blah, blah. We can do the same thing with men. If you're leading with your height and you're this and you're that, the best women, that's not the first thing on their list.
Okay. And I can accept that, Kay. And so I challenge that with this. Again, I can't shrink, so that'll never change. But
none of us knew your height, and none of us.
No, I know. But Kay, wait, Kay. When I meet a woman for the first time, and I say, "Hi, how are you? My name is Gaston." What sets me apart from every other man that told her, "Hi, how are you? I'm such and such" that day? In your opinion, what would be the best for the women who are valuable, right? The women who aren't just
Let me
superficial.
Can I
let me
step
hold
in?
on, guys. If you
Sure, Uncle Stu.
because I hear that a lot. Like, what's gonna make me different? What's gonna make me different? Let me tell you, speaking for women, we know who we want when you walk by. You don't have to do something different. You don't have to give us a, hey, ma'am, how you doing, ma'am? We don't care about that. You can walk by and say, what's up? We know when 5 seconds in, we know, oh, who is that? Oh, yeah, I want to know him. You don't have to do anything different. The only thing that you have to go walk in and say, hey, I'm Gaston. A woman's going to want you or not. It don't take you doing, moonwalking your way into my heart. It don't take you doing a backflip and say, hi, what's up, baby? It don't take that. We know 5 seconds in, all you do is got to walk. And that's what I think a lot of men don't understand. You don't have to do a song and dance. Women know who they want from the get-go. As soon as you popped up on the screen, I'm sure there was women already like, who the hell is that bald, tall, thick man?
But
I'm sure they were all looking at you. You didn't have to say a word. Women know who we want in 5 seconds. So you do not have to do a song and dance. You don't have to put on no damn show. We know what we know. We know what we want.
and then
And that's it. And it's just all you got to do is be you. We can see that you tall. I see that you working with a little something over there. You ain't got to say that, baby. But then when you go, I'm 6'4", I smell good, and it's like
that screams insecurity.
Not another one.
Okay, let me. Can I jump in here?
What you got, Uncle Stu?
All right, I'm coming to save you because you said K. That means you know that if you gave K a quarter of an opening, she was coming after you. So now, my best advice for you, based on everything I've heard, is be the confident man within that you never have to tell anybody who you are without. Because I'm going to tell you something. I could go up against an athlete. I can go up against a 6'4" brother. I could go up against any man, no matter what his title is. Why? Because I am a man 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and I ain't sweating none of it. I ain't got to tell you I'm an alpha because I walk in the presence and the power of one. You're from the military and you're looking at a veteran. What was the first thing they taught you? Hold your head up and hold your back straight and walk as a man. Step into the place as a man. And those who are for you, and those who don't want you, keep on walking. So you don't have to tell me who you are. Just walk in who you know you are. See, the problem is when you stepped on this stage, what was the first thing I said? I said, oh, yeah, there he go. I already gave you the respect of a man that you're supposed to be. This ain't checkers. This is chess, bro. This ain't the short game. This is the long game. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
All right. So all I need you to do, it doesn't matter who you want and what you want. Know who you are from the top of your head to the sole of your feet. Yes. Because guess what? You can be 6 foot today and tomorrow you may not be able to walk, but you still got you.
Right.
You can be the most intellectual mind right now and be able to have the articulations of many fluent words, and all of a sudden you can't speak tomorrow. But your character and your manhood will not change. You understand? So everything you have been through was only for the perfection and the development of you. So if a white woman, black woman, Hispanic woman, because let me tell you, for a man that got daughters, for a man that's been around women, my brother, let me school you on the greatest game in America. You ready? The first 15 minutes that you walk into the presence of a woman and open up your mouth, I guarantee you, she's going to tell you whether she's going to give it to you or not give it to you. It's just a matter of her mind of how long it's going to take. See, game recognize game and real recognize real. So you have to understand that from what I see, you should have never had to say nothing about it. And if you're going to drink a gallon of water, at least act like you're riding a bike like United Fitness. You feel me? Get a bottle of water, bro. You know, like I got my you know what I'm saying?
Hold on. Yeah, there you go. Let's bring Bolo.
What I'm trying to show you is, or what I'm trying to articulate to you, my young brother, is that you have to take the skills that was given to you in the military. They didn't tell us we had to go out here and say we was an Army soldier or a Marine. You knew about what we wore. You knew about what we said. You know a military man when he steps up, whether he is fit or he's not fit, you know, because his mind has been transformed. His attitude is transformed. And he's going to stay with that mind for years. You feel me?
Yeah.
That was really
keep rocking out, bro.
Thank you, Uncle Steve.
And hold your head up.
Let's bring Bolo. Oh, I know Bolo got something to say, and I'm ready to hear Rick.
Hey, Bolo.
Hey.
What's going on, Bolo?
Hey, Bolo.
I'm that E Black, Uncle Stu Gatson, Canadian.
Family
What's
feud.
going
God
on
damn.
below?
Uncle Stu always dropping it like it's hot, man. Good Lord. I don't know how to come up behind that. you know, um, that's the uncle. We
Mm-hmm.
have to take this information that these OGs have and apply to our lives so that we can stand up stronger than they are. We got to stand up taller than they are. A lot of the times we want to become that maverick and create that own street when the street was already created. The street's already created. All we got to do is add on it and make it better. That's the one thing with the black community that, we suffer from so much that no one wants to work together and add on top of what Uncle Stu was saying. We all want to be our own guy. We want to make it happen. I want to be able to say, I did it myself. I don't know no man or no woman on this earth that can say that they did it on themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody needs somebody. And if anyone ever tells you they did it by themselves, they're a goddamn liar.
Mm-hmm.
Period. How you young guys say it, cap. Now the thing to me is, when I go, I'm too old to say cap, but I gotta, some of you guys are young men up here.
It's okay.
Um, when
It's okay.
when I go into these manospheric atmospheres, and a lot of them are good. Don't get it twisted, but there's some that isn't. When you hear these guys always yelling, "I'm a man, I'm a man, I'm a man," you're yelling at me that you're a child, you're a child, you're a child. You're yelling at me and telling me that you have trauma, you have hurt. It's like when you go into the city, and Uncle Stu can tell you, when you in Manhattan and you park and you put your blinkers on, you're yelling out for those ticker tape people to give you a ticket. They'll tell you, we look for blinkers, we look for the hazard lights, and that's what you're doing. The best person, there's only one you. So to be
Mm-hmm.
you, be you. There's no one else that could be a better you than you. There's so many different Uncle Stu's here or whatever, but Uncle Stu is the best Uncle Stu because all of them are carbon copies. What he's doing is he's being true to himself, and that's being authentic. A lot of these cats that's fake understand women, dog. Women are spiritual. A lot of cats keep thinking that women are not. Women are just as spiritual as men are. So they see the game you play, like Uncle Stu said, this is chess, not checkers.